So the rumors are true. We heard the talk, we heard from the people, but now it's really gonna happen. All right, so this time we hear it from the man at the helm himself, Ryan Coogler, that Denzel Washington is going to be in Black Panther 3. I know Denzel talked about it, I think it was a couple months ago. He was doing a press junket for one of his movies. I forget which one exactly, but he was saying how he's gonna be in Black Panther 3 after he does a couple of Shakespeare's. I believe it was like Othello and King Lear, but that, he's definitely gonna do a collaboration with Ryan Coogler, and I am all for this. People forget Ryan Coogler has done Fruitville Station. He's done Creed, Black Panther 1 and 2, Sinners. He's done 5 movies in his entire career, and he's just so good. He's so incredible at the craft of directing that it almost feels like, he's been doing this for a long time. But the fact that this early on in his career, he gets kind of like almost like the stamp of approval from Denzel Washington himself, which he says, and I agree, Denzel is the greatest living actor currently right now. I used to think it was either De Niro or Pacino. It was kind of a toss-up for me. But when you think of the career as entirety from beginning to end, you can kind of see how De Niro and Pacino like fell off a little bit in making these, especially De Niro. He's made some like really suspect movies. Pacino has done some great performances, but he's not really interested in pushing himself at this stage in his life and his career. But Denzel is still doing that. I mean, you don't see De Niro and Pacino doing Shakespeare in the theater right now. You know what I mean? Or at least when they were at the same age as Denzel. And so to see that, he's still doing it, and he's kind of like giving what's called like, in the fight game, they call it the rub. It's when a fighter fights somebody who's like has status and name recognition and possibly like a former champion of some kind. And then they fight that person, and even though it's like the first big time challenge they've ever had, they might not win, but at least they know like, no, I can compete with these guys. And I feel like, that's where Ryan Coogler is at this point, where he can start to be affiliated alongside any of the great directors. I mean, watch, you'll hear his name next to, guys like Nolan and Villeneuve, and maybe not Fincher or Tarantino because they've been in the game way longer. But there's like, those echelon of currently working guys, that I absolutely believe he can stand right next to them and go toe to toe with them, skill for skill in the craft of filmmaking. So I don't know what he's going to be, what Denzel's going to be in Black Panther 3. I don't really care. Just the fact that, they're going to be doing this movie together. It's probably the only Marvel movie that I'll be looking forward to upcoming. Anyways, what about you guys? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Smash that like button, give me a follow, and I'll see you guys next time.